Welcome to part 4 of how I play. Today I want to show you my drum section and not the rest of the voices because I think it's just more interesting. It's more fun to talk about drums and it's more fun to show you how I play them and, all that. So, let's start. The modules shown in this part are Erica Synth's bass drum, clap, cymbals, drum mixer, and the patching panda hats. There are more modules doing all kinds of stuff to the drums, allowing me to decide and do things on the fly, like high passing the kick with the IntelliJ Polaris or changing the accents with voltage block, stuff like that. So let's start with the kick module, which goes into Polaris to be high passed and overdriven, and then it's going straight into the mixer. Polaris is a multi-mode filter with multiple outputs. It's really good, but I'm using it just as a high pass filter, and I'm controlling it through the Lapsus Os, which I've shown you guys for like a million times. Polaris can also overdrive sounds. It also has an overdrive switch. I can also just clip it, soft clip it with the input knob here. Also, I have the onboard drive knob here in the kick. Now from here it's going into the first channel in the hex mix system. Here I'm just applying a little bit of EQ and I'm sending it to reverbs and delays and whatever because, it's techno, so why not? The rest of the modules go into the mixer. This mixer is a 7-channel mixer with an onboard compressor. It's really beefy and dirty, and I have my everything, basically, the clap, the snare, clap here, snare here from Tip Top 1, cymbals and the patching panda hats going into it. Then they're compressed, then they go into the second channel in the EQ here. So this allows me to add reverb and delay without affecting the kick, obviously. Now, this is the basic routing of everything. Now let's go over the sounds themselves. So a clap is a clap, you know what a clap sounds like. But what's more interesting is that I have its gate mounted into the Tip Top 1. So every time I have a clap, I also have a snare. Basically, I'm doing it because I ran out of gate channels in the sequencer. So I have to use the same gate channel for both of them. And I also ran out of mute switches. So I have to use the mixer here every time I want to bring the snare into the mix. The Tip Top 1 here has an SD card. You can basically load anything you want into it and play it at different pitches. It's usually playing a 909 snare. It has also a volume knob if you need one. So yeah, it's pretty flexible also and sounds great. Next, there's the Cymbals module. It has 10 pairs of ride and crash samples. I just select them from here. Usually I'm using the first pair and the last pair. The first one sounds more like a usual 909 crash and ride couple. And the last one sounds more like plain noise. It's not resonant at all. So it can fit into most situations if I need. It's kind of more mellow. And overall it has like many experimental sounds. When you modulate it, it's where it really gives amazing results. But since I'm using this rack mostly for a live performance, I'm not doing it. But I can definitely use this for more interesting sound design. I should do that more actually. What I like in this module is that it has a single accent input for both of the channels. So by using just one cable, I basically accent both of the samples. I'm using, as you can see, a white cable here into the accent input because I'm constantly plugging it in and out and I want to be able to see it easily. So This is the only white cable I have here in the whole system. I have an LFO coming from Pamela's workout here that goes into the accent input. I make it basically feel like it's sidechained to the kick. So you know how that sounds. That sounds like this. Now the hats module here. I don't think it sounds too good or too special. It just does what it's supposed to. I have a frequency and a decay, basically color and decay for the open hi-hat sound, and a frequency control for the closed hi-hat. I have 2 channels in voltage block controlling the frequency and decay controls to make it sound like an alternative ride cymbal. So this is the original Erica ride, and this is the alternative. Now, the closed channel is mostly getting straight 16th notes all the time. And I use it every time I need a little bit more sparkle in the highs. And I can turn its bandpass filter frequency manually straight from the module. And I usually mix it with the ride. Okay, these are basically the modules that form the drum section. I hope you enjoyed, and now I'm gonna leave you with a short performance focusing on what we've seen in this part. Thanks for watching.